Welcome back. I think we were up to this, weren't we? We had to move somewhere. I don't remember where. So we're just going to head here. Oh wait, was it the school? I don't think it matters. I guess we'll soon find out. Alright, we're here. This is Midoricho Park. As always, think. It seems picking up Ayame's trail is out of the question for now. Why did we even come here? That's a good question. Let's go head to the school. I don't know either. It's been a while since I last played, in my defense. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police has got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. How astute of an observation. Where else are they supposed to go? 2 people have died, a teacher named Kohei Jonouchi and a student, Michio Shiraishi. Is there anything else to be gained here? Oh, let's have a look. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. Alright. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favour. The more people around, the better we can blend in. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. I mean, that's us. We're curse bearers. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled, since they don't know about the curses. Or do they? I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Yes. At your behest, ma'am. Alright, I'll go and ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So, what did you learn? That school kids sure love a good rumor. They sure do. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonouchi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi. Really? The story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently, he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumours that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pig-tailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on? Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumour might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find, and an incredible invasion of privacy. I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should have been confidential information. Exactly. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michiro Shiraishi's house. Sweet. Traveling. Alright, I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially those handling the students' personal information. That's right, I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back home ever again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Actually, just forget I said anything. Alright, we've exhausted all options, I believe. Let us move to the house. Alright, near the Shiraishi household. How did it go? I went to visit Michiro Shiraishi's family home, however, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Alright, think. I don't understand why no one's come to this house, even after Michio died. I wonder if this place is okay. Is that a cat? Did someone lose a cat? Alright, surroundings. It's a bit quieter over here. It is a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? What's that supposed to mean? Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out that the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mum, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbours, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far so good? What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognised as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankichiro Iwai. Kankichiro, I've never heard that name before. Neighbourhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So, what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbours often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbours took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him to not hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbours also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishi's standing in the neighbourhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbours. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly died. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely, and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Alright. Oh, we got a thing. Collect all information on persons of interest. Cool. Alright. Kankichiro Iwai. He indeed looks like a violent brute. Unemployed. The common-law husband of Michio Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi. Kankichiro started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. It seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. Alright, so that's apparently everyone of interest. Now, but the Shiraishi certainly hadn't lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. Okay. Now what? The Shiraishis were dealt a tough hand. I can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping? I've never liked these messy and cluttered backstreets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose a detective is used to this kind of thing, always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. Alright, now what? Oh, we can move, we can look. What are we looking at? Alright, I don't know if we have to check every single one, but there was nothing else happening there, and we haven't really been here yet, so let's just check it out. Alright, we won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You do that. You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? We won't make much progress sticking around here. Indeed. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Tsugaru. Not only that, Katsuhika Hokusai's home was also in this area. Oh my goodness, a tree has blocked us. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. Midoricho Park. A small park bordering South Warigesui Street, sporting a mixture of cherry and evergreen trees. Although unremarkable in most respects, its small playground always attracts a number of children come evening. While no trace remains in the modern day, it stands on what was once the site of the Tsugaru estate. The legendary artist Katsushika Hokusai is also believed to have been born in the vicinity. What a waste of time, we should move on. Where do I go? I've exhausted everything. I doubt anyone's still living there. Oh, so you came here too. What is it? Ah. It's me, the final boss. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? So many curse bearers. Oh, well, there we go. It ended. Alright, so we've unlocked Well, we have two options now. Dead or alive, same on. Well, we're already here, so let's continue with this one. 10 a.m. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Jun Erio. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi. And yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So you two are detectives. This is my client, Mrs. Harue Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A big wig named Shigima? Boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on 1 second. This is the first I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. A young and energetic detective, he seems to have a strong sense of justice. If my son had the chance to grow older, perhaps he would have become an officer just like him. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right, I'm picking up the police's slack. Oh, we've accumulated 10 hours of playtime. Nice. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're that Harue Shigima from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munesada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed. The story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So, your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So, you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. Alright. He's just gonna keep repeating the same thing? Let's talk to this guy. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I mean, doesn't he have one of the curse echoes that can tell, like when someone's lying? Can't say I know much. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assumed they were talking about you. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you could let us know. Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh. By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michiro Shiraishi by chance? You knew? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh, right, Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? Nani? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi? So, he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. But the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true, then... Did you figure something out? Look at these two dramatics. Kankichiro Iwai! Indeed. Huh? Kankichiro Iwai. He'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that. You know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? Hey Richter, calm down. We can't just... Too late, he's gone. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Hiya. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone come quick. Look at this. Uh-oh. Dun dun. Hey, that's what's his face. The murderer guy. Oh. Whoa. Well, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Oh. Could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best, if that. It's gotta be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. She was busy last night, wasn't she? Edio, did you find Jonouchi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Jonouchi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michiro Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she already revived? It's gotta be that. And if she's alive, then... My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michiro Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michiro Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Dude, how the heck am I supposed to know? What? Literally no idea. Hello? There's way too many things to pick from. What? I'm just literally gonna pick something at random. Heh heh, I see. Very well. Congratulations! You are correct. Am I really? As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. Alright, that was weird. Wait, so you think Michiro Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through, and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but... do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Edio, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. Oh boy, she made a mess. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Whoa now, hold on. These photos. These are all of Fumichika Nejima. Gross. Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over here. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. Alright, let's investigate. Alright, Nejima's picture. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumichika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? These aren't just cut from publications, they even snapped a number of shots on their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbours mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. Look at these, pictures of Fumichika Nejima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to Nejima's case? Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too. Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either. You don't say. That's right, we talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say! You were the kid from back then. You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumichika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type. I like how every time he talks about him, he finds another interesting curse word to use. Oh dear. That asshole. I wonder who put the idea into his head. And now he's got the one-sided read too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. He wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumichika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed. They might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... This sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all of these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they're useless imitations though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. Alright, Western black magic. While magic is often classed as a branch of mysticism, or may variously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly: black magic, the practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to the socially acceptable subjects studied by the intelligentsia, not gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce that, black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day. It still is. War, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led to them to seek aid from unholy powers. As heresy, these rituals and spells were nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead were recorded in tomes of dubious credibility. Indeed. It looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think Iwai was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shiraishis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. Alright, so now... Oh, wait, we've still got drawers. This drawer is really odd, Chief Inspector. Do you mind if I look inside? Ah? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Ario isn't here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway. Alright, have we checked everything? Not the corpse yet. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. It's amazing. Alright, I think we have exhausted everything but the old books. Let's go back. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. Huh. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me though. You think this Iwai guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Iwai doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably Iwai's. A journal? His writing is suspiciously thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Why did he suddenly jump scare me? Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So, this Kankichiro Iwai fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start. He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence. It seems like Iwai took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Nejima, of all people. This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa now, wait just 1 minute. Do you think? No way. Are you saying? That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. Dun dun! The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima. It was black magic all along. You've got to be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwai had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and Iwai were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that nutjob did this all for some hokey-pokey resurrection? I love that word, by the way, hokey-pokey. Shit. Resurrection. That means there must have been someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it. That has to be it! Effing hell! It all makes sense now! He is having the biggest revelation of his life. Look at that face. What? What is it? So, about the Nejima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So, was Nejima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge. He found her? Was she abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with the newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumour from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all of that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Goodness! That's horrific! He killed her. Oh, okay. We thought maybe the baby we found is... Oh, okay, this is starting to sound like that one particular crime in Nagoya that I'm not going to go into for monetization reasons. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation, on top of more speculation. Here, this took a very dark turn all of a sudden. What the heck? But I for one never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling sick. Me too. I honestly was not expecting the story to take this turn. So how long ago was the Nejima murders? So that baby would be a grown-up woman now? I'm gonna call it's the Hokusai chick. I don't know. Everything's the Hokusai chick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now, that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child. And that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. Okay, 2 distinct possibilities. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests that he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right, and here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector. Yeah? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Is it his daughter? Did he take the baby? Is I can't talk. Is Nejima trying to kill his daughter, who was the baby from back then? Oh my god. So many things to consider. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. This is taking way too long. I thought this was going to wrap up in a decent manner, but it's not. So we're gonna end this episode here because I've been talking for like nearly an hour now. My voice and my throat is going hoarse. I'm sure you can tell. It's very hard to speak right now. All right. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking so far. No spoilers if you do know, by the way, because that's a real not very nice move. But so we have a baby. The baby could be the Hokusai chick, or it could be the detective's daughter. I feel like that could go either way. Michio, possibly dead and a ghost, possibly alive and just killing everyone. Don't know yet, could also go either way. Either way, this is fascinating. I am so intrigued by this story. Come back next week, let's figure out what's happening. I'll see you guys then. See ya.